hello. Welcome back to another Marvel Champions live stream. I'm so excited to be here with you all. Happy holidays, Matt. How's it going, Night? Merry Christmas. Oh, it's such a wonderful time of the year. I cannot believe, like, my wife and I were talking earlier. We're like, it's Christmas Eve tomorrow, and how wild is that? Anyways, the year has gone by very, very quickly, and yeah, I think there will be this stream and then one more, and then that's gonna round it out for 2025, and then we're gonna hit the ground running in 2026. But we're gonna be playing some Marvel Champions and talking about some Marvel Champions today. Tomorrow we're gonna be breaking out the Final Girl North Pole Nightmare. I think that's actually what it's called. It's the Christmas themed Final Girl. We're gonna be breaking that out tomorrow. I think at the same time at 1 p.m. So I'm looking forward to that. Such a fun. Where's my Santa hat? Ooh, that would be good. I was trying to find one. I don't think I own one, and I was over at my in-laws. I was trying to find one there, to put on a Santa hat to play Final Girl, but no deal. I guess we'll just have to improvise. Yeah, there are a couple of Christmas themed board games or holiday themed board games that I can think about. There's the Final Girl scenario that is Christmas themed. There's a game called Santa's Workshop that was published by Elf Creek that I don't think Elf Creek is around anymore, but they published that game. And then I'm trying to think, are there any other holiday themed games? There was one that I was talking to a publisher about that. Oh shoot, they had another game that was squirrel based, but it was like 12 games of Christmas, and it was a game, or it was like cards that incorporated up to 12 different games in the box, which was pretty slick. We got Jay Wheel. Random rules question: can the Adaptoids in the MODOK scenario remove counters from pursued by the past? Absolutely, yes they can. One of my favorite uses for that: when they get defeated, you get to remove an all-purpose counter from an environment that does include pursued by the past. Here to Slay, excellent name. It's a holiday spin on Here to Slay by Unstable Unicorns. Okay, nice. Ooh, there's the Ghost of Christmas. The Ghost of Christmas by All Play, which is a trick-taking game. Very fascinating trick-taking game where you are actually playing cards into either the past, present, or future. And then after all cards have been played, you then resolve past, present, then future tricks. But based on who wins, like the past sets our leads for the present. And it breaks my brain every single time because there's just like another level of like, because you don't have to play them in order. You can play your future card first, knowing that you're gonna win the past, and that's a cool game. They have some really cool components that are like wreaths as your victory points, which is fun. Ooh, I guess any game is a Christmas game if you play it or get it on Christmas. It's a Holiday Champions Christmas. Holiday Champions, jeez. Marvel Champions Christmas. Oh, nice. I feel like, well, I know Brant from Step Into the Portal has a like Santa, or I forgot what he called it, but it's a Captain Marvel. It's a gift-giving gift or deck that just passes things out. It's pretty cool. Red and green decks. Like Spider-Woman? There you go. That's good. I like that. Red and green by Spider-Woman. We can do that. That's what I'm hoping for. A couple of boxes and packs on your list. Any of them at the top of the list that you're like really excited about? Oh, Captain America. That's what I want. I was in Barnes and Noble the other day, and they had one Marvel Champions product. It was one Hulk Hero pack, and respect the heck out of them for carrying that. What's up, Catastrophic? Been a while since I cut a stream. Happy you're here. Welcome. Happy holidays. Is this like the busy time for people, or has things started to wind down? I always knew that like the week after Christmas into New Year's at my like real kid job back when I had that was either just absolutely chaos, horrible, 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 or nothing going on whatsoever, and I was the only person in the office. I remember one time where I had to continuously get up from my desk to turn on the lights because they were motion censored and nobody else was in the office. Not the Walmart 16 cube organizer behind me. No, this is a Kallax. This is IKEA. Slightly higher quality. At the top is Mad Titan Shadow, long shot, but also Wrecking Crew. Nice. I think it's pretty busy until right after Christmas. Yeah, I feel like right up to Christmas. No, nobody really wants to or has the energy to do any work after Christmas. The last 2 weeks of December are your chill time. Sick. A whole month ahead. That was just pure chaos. Oh, yeah. I remember we would have to get budgets in by like the first of it actually may have been right before Thanksgiving. I remember right before Thanksgiving was really chaotic. So yeah, December. Ooh. Anyways, let's talk about some Marvel Champions. So I went through and I got a list. I've kind of conglomerated a lot of questions, and I wanted to talk through some of the questions that we had over the last maybe like a week or so on the channel. And the main question, I think, kind of boils back down to environments. And so I do want to talk about environments and basically, why do environments exist? If you are unfamiliar, we have 3 new environments that were announced in the rules reference update of 1.7. There's the current environment, which incorporates everything from Age of Apocalypse, the waves surrounding that, all the way to present. We have the legacy environment, which is everything that's ever been printed for the game, and then a limited environment, which I put this on my YouTube videos that was talking about this beforehand because I had a lot of confusion around what the limited environment was, but I pinned a comment because after I published those videos, I saw some discussion and kind of had that realization that I think the limited environment is not necessarily anything that is super relevant right now, but in 10 years, if somebody wanted to come back and snapshot the game state on December 23rd, 2025, they could limit the environments in which they were playing to the current environment that it is now. Because as we get more and more products, we are going to be rolling off older products that then are no longer part of the current environment. So you can kind of snapshot in time. I am still a little unsure why that was explicitly defined in the rules. I know that the environments are labeled beta, and I think also the consensus around that is that it is a test of kind of how the environments are working. And so all of this is kind of taken with a grain of salt because this could change. I think they are listening to the community and trying to get the best kind of feel of how they want to pursue environments in the future. And the limited environment, I believe, by defining it, causes more confusion than it benefits it provides. What do you all think about that? I have a hard time understanding the limited environment. I do understand the need for a current environment, especially because in that article that they posted, they did talk about one of the FAQs that they posted was are basically the current environment is where the lead designers are going to be focusing the majority of their scope when it looks at balancing products. Because as you saw in like Lord of the Rings, towards the end of the life cycle, there was no current legacy environment for Lord of the Rings. So at the end of the life cycle, there were decks out there that were absolutely bananas broken. Just horrible. Is that a bad thing in a cooperative game? I don't know. I don't personally think so, but I understand the desire to allow players to come into the game, go to an event, and have a deck that does not feel like it is absolutely overpowered by somebody else who has just been playing the game for longer and therefore has access to a greater card pool. So I get that and I respect that, and I think that that is okay. That being said, I do hope that we get ways to get some of the older content and not just have it be out of print forever, because that would feel a little sad, I think. Especially with no news of reprints in the upcoming 12 months. So my biggest concern at this point is if we do not get reprints, if we do not get redos or revisited heroes, which is the kind of the terminology that they use for like a redesigned Captain America, I am a little concerned about the unavailableness of a lot of the bigger names in the game, because the current environment has a lot of the smaller names in the game of attracting those new players. That's I think my biggest concern. Matt says that the biggest issue with the current environment is that there is very, very little synergy with anything. Aspects are super limited. That's a really important point, I think. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Like, we have Silk, we have a Web Warrior, but we don't have... I don't believe Web of Life and Destiny was reprinted in her pack, and so we cannot really play Web Warrior things with her, because in the core, in the current environment, there's not a lot of synergy amongst cards that are available. So that is, I think, also a concern. I have not deck built in the current environment. Have people been doing that? Have people tried that? Because it kind of boils down to we have 19 heroes in the current environment, and it's about a third of the total amount of heroes in the game, along with player cards in the game. So it is a pretty concise group of cards to deck build with. So I'm curious if anybody has tried deck building and if that has been successful. How do you even play firepower in the current environment? That's a great question. And I think something that potentially could get fixed as we go through and add more and develop with a current environment in mind. So I do believe that this announcement, concepts are so hard to say sometimes. I think my main question, or my main optimistic approach to it, is that right now nothing really works in the current environment, and that's because it's new. And it's because we haven't necessarily seen an entire wave developed or an entire current environment designed around the idea of a current environment. That being said, could we, in 2 years, when we have a completely new set of current environments, plus like the Civil War, would it be a lot more homogenous in terms of player card pool, because they now know that they are designing for this current environment in mind? And right now, it's just not there, because that wasn't the design intent over the last 2-3 years. That could be, that's my optimistic approach. I'm trying to stay optimistic about it. But yeah, Shield is the only real trait that benefits from current right now. That's very fair, because with the Civil War wave, we did get a lot of... we got a diversity in traits, and we also got strength and diversity, right? Like, that was kind of the vibe of the wave, was to shotgun the traits, which doesn't have a lot of synergy with them. So far with the current environment, spam Nick Fury if you want to beat anything over expert. Has always been a valid strategy, to be fair. Maria is also in current because she was part of that initial core set. Deck building in the current environment is awful. Nothing synergizes. Look at aggression cards for current. And I actually meant to check this before we went on, but do we know if Marvel CDB has done anything for current / legacy yet? I don't necessarily know that they have. I'm just kind of pulling up a new. I don't think so. That being said, you can always go in and filter based on what cards you have and just set your card you have to the current environment. Yeah. I'm hopeful. I think it'll give time, but I left Magic the Gathering due to standard. Legacy is the only way I'll play. I made a poll in the Facebook group, and limited current each has less than 4 votes, while Legacy has so much more votes. Fair. And I think that is probably how I will be playing as well. I think I've seen a lot of the sentiment of I bought the cards, I'm going to play with the cards, and I think that's very valid. I don't think that anything that they print invalidates any way that you want to play. So yeah. I do have a concern with this current environment. For example, the Defenders is coming. Once the Defenders are out of the current, there's not going to be any more player cards related to Defenders. I think that's probably a very valid take. I would say yes, that would make a lot of sense. I looked at Justice and Current. There's 9 events, but several are locked in various ways or do not remove threat. There's only 3 Justice heroes beyond the core box. Nick has preps and upgrades. Jubilee has 3 steps ahead and multi-talented. Shuri has infiltration. Interesting. Yeah. And again, I'm holding on to that optimism that it feels awkward because it is awkward because we have not had a full wave designed under the idea that there is going to be a limited and current environment. So that's my hope. I do think that we in the comments, it feels like the environment question didn't just bother one type of player. It bothered both veteran and new players, but for different reasons. I think veterans kind of had this feel, that myself included here, that they were saying like, hey, you can't play with those cards. And I think that's how it came across. And I think there's also a negative connotation with the word limited environment. I think I hear limited, and I guess it is current environment, but it feels like a limited environment. And for whatever reason, that has a negative connotation in my mind. New players, I have seen people comment and talk about how it's a lot to get into the game. I do hope that messaging around what is currently available, how to get into the game, and I understand that a lot of that does come from the community, but I do think that there is some need from Fantasy Flight Games to help maybe put out a buyer's guide or something similar to that for new players as they approach the game, because limited, current, legacy are all they're confusing, right? This is what I do, and I'm struggling to understand all of it. I think I understand the concept of it, but they also said that this is not going to be correlated with what is and is not in print, and that confuses me a little bit. So, also with the living card game, there's just no point to make a current environment because there is no money reward in doing this from a side owning out of print stuff. I think the main reason for the current and limited environment, which goes against what they said, so this is pure speculation, but my guess is that it will at some point be correlated with what is in and out of print. So I think we have take a guess, Nelson. 45 different Marvel Champions, 50 different Marvel Champions products. That's a big ask to have the game store try and stock all of that. But I do wish we could special order it or something from FFG directly. More back of the pack aspect cards would help. Hoping 2026 gives us reprints instead of modulars. That would be a good way for them to help round out that current environment. Absolutely. I really like that idea. You worked for a project manager that didn't have any answers. We kind of had to just tell the folks hard news and hope yeah. The environments don't bother me. I feel like it's just pointless in a non-competitive card game. I think it makes a lot of sense to not keep printing stuff that isn't selling as well, but at the same time, I don't understand why they wouldn't print on demand or crowdfund stuff unless it's because of licensing complications with Marvel. And that could be the exact reason. I don't know. Licensing is something that I'm glad I know nothing about, just because it sounds like an absolute horror show. And that could be it. And that's not a satisfying answer to give to players. And so I could see them trying to reason in a different way, with that also just being a reason that they are not doing it. I don't think this is FSG as much as it's Asmodee, and the FFG people have said that their hands are tied on what they can and can't say. Yep. They could easily release an Aspect or a Rata pack. That could be really interesting. I am assuming that a lot of the heroes that are out of print are not coming back into print. I think that's a safe assumption. I would like to be pleasantly surprised and incorrect about that. I think because of that, we could see an Aspect or an errata pack released in the current environment to help smooth it out, potentially in this first wave. At the end of the day, I agree with D20. It's a big nothing burger. It has no impact at all, and none of the veteran players will have anything to worry about. Yeah. Like a core upgrade pack with every aspect that they want to be evergreen. Epic, I agree with you. I think my worry becomes if they are not bringing in new players to the game, they're not showcasing growth, and that the plug could be pulled. That's my biggest worry. If we have a guarantee that that's not happening, I hope that people who want them can get Cap in the future, and cool. Yeah. We did get, I got a decent number of questions around what do I do with the information, and I think it kind of goes back to Epic and D20, just nothing, nothing really. Like, do you have to use environments in Marvel Champions? You do not. I think you play with what you have and enjoy that, right? No one can take away the enjoyment of the game from you. And so enjoy with what you're having and don't worry about what environment you are in. I do think that these are more a definition for the business side of the development of the game rather than it is the player side of the game. So that's kind of what I think. And that being said, I got a decent number of questions around new and returning players. And so this, I want to answer Epic's question, or talk about Epic's thing. And then we're going to talk about some just different questions that we got about new and returning players, talking about what is needed to play Marvel Champions and all that. So Epic, if they didn't say absolutely anything and just dropped the new rules update with current and limited at the end of the page, probably wouldn't make any noise. That's true. Environments are mostly about PvP. Yeah. Gives players language about what is and is not allowed in their game. And yeah, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic guardrail for PvP, 100%. Do you think that they're going to do a lot more PvP in the game's life cycle? I don't know. I kind of assume we're done with PvP. I could be very wrong about that, but I see PvP as if I see pool. We're kind of done with pool. It's fun to have. It's a fun thing to revisit every once in a while, but I would be surprised if a lot more development effort goes into player versus player. Hulkling and Maria Hill definitely aren't going to draw in any new players the way Captain America and Wolverine did. 1000% agree with you. Yep. 1000% agree. And that's why I'm hoping that we get some news about these reprints relatively soon. Even if they don't come in 2026, I think the uncertainty is scarier than not knowing anything. And even if that answer is something that's like, hey, it's going to be like Q3 2023, I would rather know that now than not have any information about it whatsoever. I don't think PvP will be supported. Maybe one pack like She-Hulk and Vision. That's kind of how I feel. PvP tournaments for organized play. That'd be fun. I am kind of surprised that we didn't see any OP stuff for organized play stuff for PvP as it came out. It's kind of surprising. I know that they were hindered on how much PvP they could do based on the Asmodee acquisition, and so that may still be rippling through. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Has anyone's local game store done any PvP? My local store did a Loki event post PvP coming out, but they have not done any PvP. In regards to new players, as long as they keep putting big names such as Daredevil, I don't see a problem. Daredevil is a big name. That is very, very valid. I think, yeah, Daredevil's a big name. I don't think that I fully connected all those dots. The fact that we will have a big name, and then we also have all the characters in the core sets. We have Iron Man, we have Spider-Man. We have a lot of characters that can pull people into the game. So I'll be interested to see how the marketing happens going forward. Optional PvP packs for you to decide. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. If they wanted to be greasy, they could release old MC stuff as the FFG board game classics that they announced. I don't even know if that would be greasy. I think that makes a lot of business sense. In the sense that like, hey, like you can do like if you want the hero waves, like they did like the hero wave collection packs. They did those. I thought that those were fairly maybe they weren't successful, and maybe that's why we never saw them. But we did see like wave 1, all the heroes bundled together, and that's one SKU that a game store has to carry rather than like, what would that be, 6 SKUs? I think 4 or 6 heroes in that pack. So we could see something like that. We could see them do a, what was that called? It was FFG. Was it FFG Classics? We could see them print that way. Yours did a Loki event for Halloween. No PvP yet. Everyone's been busy with. That's fair. It did release right on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think Daredevil is going to be able to mass and guess with the top card of the encounter deck. Neko is going to let you try and copy the event. You just. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, the Wave Hero boxes. And oh, the UK got the hero boxes. Cool. I know that they were only released in certain regions. I assume that was some sort of marketing like test to see what they how well they fared. That being said, I did get a couple of questions like new players were asking, do I need everything to play Marvel Champions? The answer is no. You don't need everything to play. You can play with just the core box, and you can get a lot of value just out of the core box, and the core box is not going out of print from anything that we've heard. I would be shocked if the core box went out of print. when out of print. And then I would just say buy, if you see something that you are interested in, buy the packs that you are in, that feature and spotlight the heroes that you're kind of interested in. I do. It's hard because like we see these heroes online, like Captain America. I think it's like $200 to $300. I hesitate to tell you to spend that amount of money on anything when we don't have there's uncertainty of if we're just gonna get them reprinted in like 6 months, 18 months. That I struggle with saying you should do that. So I would say if you are new to the game, if you are looking at getting into the game, welcome. Exciting to have you. Grab the core box, play around, check out the aspects. There's a lot of game in that core box. Check out the aspects. And then if there are heroes that are still in print at your local game shop or something like that that look interesting, grab them. If you have always had an affinity for Winter Soldier because he's just cool, right? Go grab Winter Soldier and try him out. I feel like my thought around it, and this is really hard to say as someone who has a desire to collect everything that has ever been put out for a game, is with the uncertainty around reprints, revisiting heroes, and kind of just the future of the game. I don't think I'd go and buy anything that was too much over MSRP. That's kind of my thought. The core box at any point is, if the core box at any point is out of stock, it only means one thing: new core box. That's true. Random thought: what if FFG does some hero packs with reprints of old hero kits instead of out of aspect cards or modulars? That could be interesting. Hold off on $100 hero pack purchases until we know what the vault provides us. Please and thank you. That's where I'm at, Bardic Monk. We don't know what it looks like. We have a speculation that is not going to happen until 2027, but I would approach it just like you would approach any like high risk investment. Don't spend money that you cannot afford to just absolutely lose. And I would, if spending the $200 on Captain America now, and you would be upset if the next day they announced a reprint, consider that. You're new and looking at this right now, purchase the core box and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Plenty enough content, and if by any chance Black Widow is available, purchase that too. Oh yeah, if you can get Black Widow. Black Widow is a good one for this this current wave that we have, the current environment. The other thing that I would say for new players, I would not worry about the environment classifications at this point. Just because you go and you see Hulk at Barnes & Noble does not mean that you should not buy Hulk because he's not in the current environment. I kind of see the community shaking out to, you're going to play with the cards that you have, and the current environment the environments are going to be something that is going to be rarely talked about, or maybe talked about in very specific circumstances in the future. So if you're wondering whether or not to buy something because it is or is not in the current environment, and it is like MSRP, like you're at your game store and you see a hero pack that you want that is Black Widow, not in the current environment, I would go ahead and buy it. Black Widow functions really well with the current environment, especially with that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. box. And so I would say that. I don't think that as a new player, you should even care what a current legacy or limited environment is. Ignore the environments, buy everything you want. The only cage you can create is your own. There you go. Nice. That's why I said this is a nothing burger. New players can still play and purchase content available. Yep. 100% agree. 100% agree. I've seen a few versions of the question from solo players. Can the boxes be played solo and in and out of the box? Yes, they can. I think almost everybody, I at least have played true solo out of the box from the core set. and you can play True Solo out of the box of the core set. I do think that the struggle with True Solo play comes from the need to kind of manage multiple parts of the game. You have to do all the damage, you have to remove all the threats, you have to deal with all the minions by yourself. And with an expanded card pool, that becomes easier and more satisfying to deck build for. That being said, you can play True Solo in the core box right out the gate. And any pack that you add onto that, you can succeed. My one caveat to that would probably be protection in the core set leaves a lot to be desired. So I would say if you are playing the core set and you are just trying out new cards and everything like that, trying to figure out what aspects you like, protection gets a nice step up from the core box. Is Black Widow still great after the new nerf to her? What is the new nerf to Black Widow? I don't think I know that. Basically, I think it all kind of boils down to what people have been saying in chat, what I've kind of been thinking about as I've sat with it for a week and everything, is how to kind of like approach the game. Because I think that this is all just noise, or is what, Epic was saying, a nothing burger. I think there's been a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt created when potentially there wasn't the need to create that fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I think a lot of that comes from speculation, which I am not saying that I am. I think that a lot of this was people like me and me creating this speculation that have fun, play the game. It's a really, really exciting game. It's a lovely game. It's a fantastic game. And no matter what you can or cannot get your hands on, enjoy what you have, because it is really fun. And the game doesn't necessarily get exponentially better every hero pack you buy. If you have the current environment, if you are able to get what is currently available, it's a good game. It's a good game. And I think that is, as I step back and I kind of look at the environments and everything that is happening, I think that the game is fantastic. And I want to make sure that, at least in my my descriptions and talking about the game, that is not lost. Because I can criticize something that I love, and I think that I have been doing that a lot, and I do want to just make sure that it is known, and I just want to also say it out loud. I love this game. I think it's a great game. Fantastic. Enjoy the game. So, yeah. For new players, I will add something. Don't worry to win with the board clean at the beginning. You will learn what to ignore. Oh, that's it. That's a big key into how to like play effectively, especially True Solo. I believe Villain Theory mentioned it. It's a rules clarification. I'd have to watch his. Oh, okay, gotcha. The game is amazing. The game is so much fun, and the community is great. The community, I think, right now is skewed more negative than it has been in the last 5 years. I think that has been a trend that I have seen, not just with this new announcement, but probably for the last 18 months, I've seen it start to trend slightly more negative. And I think this kind of amplified a lot of that negativity. But all in all, I think we are in a healthy spot. And I also don't necessarily think that Fantasy Flight would be setting up these environment definitions if they did not have big plans for the future. So that's my optimistic take, and I'm hoping for it. But Yeah, good stuff. I want to play some games. Um, and I really like the idea of playing the Spider-Woman red green kind of Christmas style. Um, I do want to play either Vision or She-Hulk again. From a villain side, like from the Synthezoid SmackDown. Do we have a preference on if we play Vision or She-Hulk? Oh, storing this game is a game in and of itself. Spider-Woman against Spider-Woman. That could be fun. I could do that. She-Hulk. I think I'm gonna lean towards She-Hulk just because it's new and shiny. I like new and shiny stuff. Vision with Atlanteans, Namor and Royal Guard, with his mill scenario. Okay. That sounds fun. I remember you were talking about that one last stream, so let's run with that. Let's go Vision with the Atlanteans, Namor, and Royal Guard. She-Hulk is green, so more Christmas colors. Counterpoint, Vision is green and red. So, right? Or am I misremembering Vision? Power Drain. Ooh, that's fun. She-Hulk with super strength. Oh, be insane. Finished my coffee. Oh, did a bike ride this morning. It was good. Alrighty. Whiteout and Frost Giants. Yeah. Ooh, that's fun. Winter stuff is fun. Do people have a favorite Thunderbolt mod? Alrighty. Also, which Spider-Woman should we use? They're the same on the back. So left and right. Have you tried Daring Lime's new Daring mode? Is that the shuffling the standard expert sets together? The right one? Sick. I have not tried it. I also don't know a ton about it. Tell me about it. What do I need to know? I don't know anything about it. Jessica Drew. Let's go. Red, green, Christmas time. This will be a good game to post on Christmas. Growing Strong is a lot of fun. Blizzard is a lot of fun. Yeah. Songbird. Yeah, Songbird's the one that gets two. She's the claw, right? I like Growing Strong is really, really interesting. Shuffling 10 difficulty sets together. It's just chaos mode that the other... Nice. That's great. Alrighty, so red, green. What do we want to do? Why can you not shill your channel? Shill your channel. Do it. I can't show my channel, but shuffle standard, expert 1, 2, and then deal 2 cards without looking into the deck. Nice. Cool. That's fun. That's really fun. What's your channel? Or actually, is it Bardic Monk because you're on YouTube and I'm slow? What are we going to do? So we have to have a equal number of red and green cards in the deck. That is Spider-Woman's kind of deck building restriction. She's a double agent. Choose 2 aspects instead of 1. Must include an equal number of cards from each aspect in your deck, which does provide a headache for me when I build it on stream because Marvel CDV counts for me. By the way, I love your video of the recap of 2025. I just think that Silk is better than Tree. Oh yeah, no, that's totally fair. Also, I appreciate it. Thanks. Oh, it's a 5-minute video and link to Google. Oh, sweet, nice. Who's gonna thwart? Who needs to thwart? I like growing strong because it really doubles down on the Thunderbolt's theme of I have to deal with this right. That's very true. That's very, very true. Go second wind and heal up. That Hey chicken. Thank you so much. What's the program? We're making a red-green Spider-Woman deck. Red-green Protection Avenger tribe with Boot Camp. Seems fun. Seems real fun. Let's do it. Close that. Against which scenario? We're gonna do Vision. We're gonna do Vision. I moved all my cards around. There they are. Because I am at the point where with the new mod sets that came in Synthezoid, my box with my mod sets and my aspect cards is getting very, very tight. Hype train. Alrighty. Happy holidays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alrighty. So Avenger Tribal Boot Camp med team type situation. I think it seems pretty good. And then Jessica focuses on the thwarting. If we're running boot camp, we can get that out. Then I feel like Jessica can do her basic thwart of probably at least 2 every single round. Most played is leadership followed by aggression. Nice, nice. Okay, boot camp. I think we want to grab boot camp. I'm gonna grab a couple of whatchamacallits? Med teams. Thank you. Yep. I think the med teams, I like med teams in this type of style of play because you can keep everybody alive, and that makes me happy. Med team. Build support. Let's go ahead and grab a build support so that we can either get a boot camp med team or Quinn carrier onto the table effectively. I'm gonna grab a Brother Voodoo. He seems like a Avenger that we would like to have. There's build support. Into the fray. It's an auto include with minion heavy scenario. Is Vision I guess he does have a decent number of. That's fair. I need to count. Oh. I need to stack these in 2 stacks so that I can make sure that I am bringing an equal number. Let's look at let's grab our ally lineup first. And then once we have our ally lineup, we'll have a better understanding of the slots that we have left. So we've got Spider-Girl. Let's grab Hulk. I also, for Spider-Woman, I really like cheaper cards, aspect cards, so that I can, she can benefit off of her, whatever her ability is. Superhuman agility. That would be fun. That would be a fun game. Can you name the actual abilities for, what is Groot's ability called on his hero side? I don't know if I could do that. Hidden Base is a good choice because also impactful card, but Forgotten due to ready for a fight. I really like Hidden Base. Hidden Base is so much fun. What about Meditation to pay for those heavy allies as she readies a lot? You go full Avengers, maybe the Avengers Tower. I do like the Avengers Tower. Yeah, let's bring some current environment cards back in to the mix. Because, I say that. I'm pretty sure Avengers Tower is core set, right? I grabbed a mansion. I could cut that. I'm not married to the mansion. I grab the Quinn carrier. is Avengers Tower. I'm not doing current, but oh, this one, it's Mad Titan Shadow. No idea what's happening. Let's go with a Thor, Odin's son. Let's go with a Wasp and a 2-gun kid. 2, 4, 6. That'd be 12, 15, 19. So we probably will add some more red cards, but let's hop over to our green to see if there's any Avenger cards that we want to play. Victor. After you engage a minion, get Patriot a tough status card. That could be interesting. Let's grab a Patriot. Also, Patriot is just kind of new and fun, so let's try that. And let's grab a Victor. Which one is my favorite Mystic? Scarlet Witch. Yeah, Scarlet Witch is... She's so much fun. 2, 4, 5. I think that's that feels like a decent lineup. We also have Captain Marvel. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 allies. I think the one thing that I will add here is a Iron Lad. That puts us at 10 allies, which is a lot of freaking allies. But I like it, especially with the Avengers Tower and stuff. What's the idea for the deck? Red, green, Christmas. It's a red, green Avenger tribal is kind of the idea for the deck. Blade. Blade is... I'll grab Render Medical Aid. Blade is interesting. Because he's free with the Avengers Tower, which is kind of fun. I also want to try and limit the number of basic cards I'm throwing in here. Okay, so we got 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. Alrighty, so we're at 20. We have 5 more cards. Minimum that we have to add. By the way, I thought I found out that Iron Lad a lot more useful. Yeah, Iron Lad is fun. Blade and Iron Lad is also a really solid call. Does Vision have a lot of... Ooh, let's grab Hidden Base. What am I doing? Julie, do the thing. Let's grab a Hidden Base. I feel like Jessica will be wanting to flip down to Alter Ego a decent bit. Just with pheromones and all of that. Red Dream has 20 basic card. 10 allies. Leadership in disguise. We have leadership at home. No, that's totally fair. Pericles. Be crazy. Not the vibe, I don't think. I feel like Dr. Sinclair is kind of interesting. She only has a 3 recovery, though. So I don't think that that's hugely important. We go Excelsior, and after your hero defends against an enemy attack. I don't know how much I'm going to be defending. I think a lot of my allies are going to be taking a lot of the brunts of the attacks. But it would be fun to build an Excelsior and a Yarnborn situation. On Marvel CDB, you can do a filter to select what you want. Oh, for the current. Yeah, that's awesome. That's really good. How does Leading Blow interact with Jessica's ability? It's an interrupt. So the hero interrupt when you play an aspect card. Yeah, so I think Leading Blow would actually work for Jessica's ability. That being said, I want something for thwarting more so than... I'm actually going to go with a Come Get Me Bub. I'm going to go 2 Come Get Me Bubs. It's going to summon minions and give me tough status cards as well as heal me. And if we have a boot camp lineup, I feel like that's a solid minion slaying deck build as well. The leaders really changed depending on the Civil War mod sets. Vision is like the Mario and Mario Kart for Marvel Champions. He's not that hard, but he isn't easy. In the middle, nice. Okay, that puts us at 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. That put us at 18, 20, 2, 4, 6. So if we get 9 red cards, we're good on our deck build in terms of making it legal. 2, 4, 6. So 3 more red cards. Oh, they're listed in the back of the book. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Go looking for trouble. Go Bring It. Bring It is interesting with her. Do you like Bring It and Spider-Man? I mean, we are running Come Get Me, but let's grab 2 Bring It's. Because minimum, it's a 1 cost for +1 stat. Assuming that you have not played an aggression card, which is an assumption. But if you do get to draw a card, then it cycles, and that's nice. 2, 4, 6, 8. War Room goes well with Boot Camp. War Room goes amazing with Boot Camp. Let's grab a War Room and call it there, I think. Unless there's something else that we really want to grab. Can't see how they can contribute and call it an LCG. I think that's a very valid point. Yeah. I still think it's valid to call it a living card game. Because it continuously changes. But I feel like it's not the spirit of what they initially set out calling it a LCG. Is that 9? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Let's rock and roll, my friend. Alrighty. That goes over there. Got our Avenger board. Did I show this? This was a first player token that people were passing out at MCDC. Good stuff. So many tokens. Trying to find the Spider-Woman tokens. I had these organized. Oh, there they are. I was like, I had these organized in a specific way at one point, and I don't know if that is that is valid any longer. Where's below? There we go. I did. I threw a Queen Carrier in there. Yes. Coolio. Didn't I grab the protection one? I just blind? Nope, I did it. Nope. I was thinking about it. I think one of the heroes that I would love to see a redo of is War Machine. Because I feel like War Machine is super interesting. Like, as a character. And like with all the weapon synergies that we have now, I feel like War Machine could be really interesting. Matt, can you remind me the mod sets? It's Namor, Atlanteans, something else. Royal Guard, that's what it was. 18 hit points. So many things to set up. Royal Guard. I'm going to leave out Power Drain, I think, just to kind of keep it within the Civil War stuff. Until the game dies, it's an LCG. It's not actually dead. They haven't added any random card packs. They're just adjusting their sales strategy after getting acquired. Also, zombie. That's fair. What's up, Gorismo? Main scheme is to use... Do we want to use those, or I was just going to go randomly? Are we winning? Of course we are. We're actually just about to start, but probably. They'll drop a Marvel Zombie set on the way out. I don't foresee us getting through this game's life cycle without a zombie appearing at least once. That's actually how they're going to redo and revisit all the old heroes that we miss. So Captain America's coming back as Zombie Cap. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Protect the secret identities. I just have to remember where I put them. Oh, it mills 3 every turn. Sick. That would be really cool, right? Protect secret identities. Then we'll go random for this last one. I want an Infinity Hulk. That'd be sick. Okay. Cooperative mode, find the chosen leader side scheme and reveal it. So Vision, enemy team finds Vision's mass form attachment, attaches it to Vision, dense side face up. Got dense, which gives him a +1 attack. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, we get to flip Vision's mass form attachment. He comes in with 18 health. I have played the one shots before. I've kind of fallen off of doing that recently. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, each player discards the top 3 cards of their deck. I should have gone with 50. I'll run 50 and Spider-Woman fairly frequently. Was there a new weekly one-shot this week? I think the strategy here is to kind of not worry too much about vision. That being said, he's gonna mill us. I think there's a very valid strategy of tossing this first main. Just accepting the loss on the first. When are we getting a healer? Say it louder for the people in the back. I want one. It's still not available in Synthesoid? Ah, that's sad. What's up? How you doing? Notice that 50 card decks are starting to get more popular, even though Drew says it's better to have 40 and encounter cards. I think so. I think that it is rule of thumb better to have 40 than 50 cards. There are different situations where that rule of thumb does not apply. I would love a Mantis healer. What do we got? We got a med team. Pheromones right off the bat with a genius to pay for it. A wasp. A second pheromones. That's actually a little sad. And a venom blast. I mean, straight up, that's not a bad play. Then we can thwart down just passing through. When defeated, the player defeats this side scheme, confuses their identity. We can just clear it. I think we're going to do that. Because he does not have steady or stalwart until he moves on to the next stage. Can you imagine Protect, Secret Identity, and Savage Lands? Ooh. 50 for Valkyrie because she has so many bad cards in her own kit. Yep. Yeah. If you want to dilute your hero cards, 50 is better. That's what Villain taught me. I think we're going to keep this. Look at the top card of any deck. Limit once per round. Let's see what we got. Got a Drawing Nearer. That's fine because we'll flip down and be able to get rid of Drawing Nearer next turn. So let's go ahead and flip up to Spider-Woman. I'm going to use a Genius to play Pheromones, which stuns and confuse the villain. Stun. Confuse. And that plays my leadership card, so I get a +1 from that. Then I will drop a med team, which comes in with 3 counters. I can spend a counter to heal 2 damage, and that's my protection card. Then I will thwart for 3 to clear just passing through. And confuse my identity. All of the status cards. I think with this game having all cards being spendable resources, 40 cards isn't as hard set as other card games. Even Yu-Gi-Oh! Going through 50 cards. Oh, geez. Yeah, I also think that it is not as important in this game because you draw 5 to 6 cards a round rather than 1. Let's stand up. We get to draw 5 cards. Self-Propel Glide. Hulk. Come Get Me, Bub. Brother Voodoo. And a Render Medical Aid. We'll go 1 threat here. We will discard the top 3. We got Venger's Tower, Self-Propelled, and a Finesse. That's really sad to see go. And then we're going to flip here. Vision is going to attack, but he is stunned. Then we get a Drawing Near, which after our turn begins, and discard the top card of our deck, which is a Spider Girl. We'll place a counter on Pursuit by the Past. Boom. Discard an identity-specific card from our hand to get rid of it. We can do that. I'm going to go ahead and basic Thwart to remove my Confuse. I'm at 0 here. Loving Hulkling Justice with Imitation Shape for the whole game, or using Aerial Leadership, Wing Shape to build around. I really like Hulkling. Hi ho, retaliate 4 builds in Nightcrawler. That sounds fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. Let's throw a render medical aid out there. I doubt my guess is that we'll just play on top of it later. We're going to go ahead and drop a Hulk. I'm going to flip down, discard self-propelled glide to get rid of drawing near. Take a look. Oh, it's going to be a Dark Designs. Okay, so he's going to scheme. That's fine. Hulk is going to hang out. And we'll go. Let's stand up. We got 6 cards. We got Bring It. Finesse, good. Patriot. Inconceivable. Iron Lad, beautiful. And a build support. There's the build support. And an inconspicuous to clear it. Sick. Alrighty, let's add 1. I'm going to discard Self-Propelled Glide, Jessica Drew's Apartment, and a Boot Camp. That's sad to see. I think I will go Boot Camp with the build support, though. Vision is confused. The encounter card. We're going to add 1, and he's going to scheme. Actually, this flip, sorry. He's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3. Takes us up to 5 here on the main. Cool. Uncertain Loyalties is going to be a 2 boost. So we know our Hulk can survive the attack. Don't forget to mill each turn. What is telling me to mill? Other than, I got Protect Secret Identities. And I've been milling that. But is there another source of mill that I'm missing? I don't believe so. Ba ba ba. Ba ba ba. I think that's what we're looking at playing. Oh, yeah. We just lost Boot Camp. It was very sad. Let's flip up to Spider-Woman. I'm going to use Bring It and Patriot to go ahead and play a Finesse, which I can exhaust to generate a wild resource for an aspect card. I'm going to use Iron Lad to play build supports. I can only have 1 player side scheme in play at a time, so I will overplay Render Medical Aid. Finesse will play Inconspicuous, which will clear build support. Give me my yellow. Then we're going to go find Boot Camp and put Boot Camp into play, giving all of our allies +1 attack. Jessica Jones is going to go ahead and thwart for 2 here. Take that down to 3. Let's go. Hulk is going to hang out. Hulk and her action to look at the top card actually works out really well. That has to have been exploited at some point by somebody somewhere. We got 5 cards. We got a War Room. Victor. Come Get Me, Bub. Venom Blast. And a Strength. Nice. We'll go up to 4. We mill 3. We got a Quinn Carrier, Containment Immunity, and an Energy. Vision's going to attack us. We know... Oh, wait. This flips to Intangible. Vision's going to attack us because we looked at the top card. We know it's +2. So we're going to defend with Hulk. +2. Hulk takes 4 damage and he's still around. Beautiful. Our encounter card. Super Dense Strike. Exhaust the character you control. If the Dense attachment is in play, deal 2 damage to that character. If the Intangible attachment is in play, flip it. So deal 2 damage here. Take me down to 9. Oh, wait. No. That's not how that works. I have to exhaust. Sorry. Cool. Spider-Woman Defenders deck does sound cool. Yeah. I'm going to use a strength to play a Victor. I'm going to give me +1 there. I'm going to use a Venom Blast to play a War Room. After an ally attacks and defeats a minion, exhaust War Room to remove a threat from a scheme. And I'm going to ready. I'm going to hold on to Come Get Me Bub. I'm going to take this attack undefended. Come Get Me Bub will be able to heal me next round as well as give me the tough. And then we can play around with it a little bit more. Stand up. We got Come Get Me Bub, Thor, Mansion, Bring It. Oh, beautiful. And a Containment Immunity. Go up to 5 threat here. We'll flip this. We'll discard Inconceivable, Marvel, Med Team. Vision's going to attack us for 2. I'm going to take it to the face. It'll be 2 + 2 is 4, which takes me down to 7. Then our encounter card is Ruler of Atlantis. Each Atlantis minion cannot take damage, and it comes in with 4 threat. Nice. Chance encounter to tutor them up and spam them from graveyard. I am really excited for the defenders. I think the defenders are going to be a lot of fun. Alrighty, let's play Come Get Me Bub. Discard cards from the encounter deck until you discard a minion. Put that minion into play engaged with you. Not when revealed. Heal 3 damage from your identity and give your identity a tough status card. So I'm going to go up to 10. Here's a tough, and that was a green card. Amir is a 2/2/3. And she has a when revealed, but we don't do any of the when revealed. She is an Atlantis, though, and she cannot take damage. That's good to think about. Let's play Bring It, which will draw me a card into a hidden base. Give me a +1 there. Oh. I don't think I can thwart that down. That's really scary. How do I want to do this? Good hidden base. I can't play Mansion because it's not an aspect card, so Finesse doesn't work there. Do I have R? Victor only thwarts 4/0. Yikes. We can block this with Victor though, so that's not too bad. I could play Thor. I think I'd rather just get the hidden base onto the table. Let's go Finesse, Containment, Immunity to play hidden base. I'm gonna come in with 3 stronghold counters. Whenever I flip to Alter Ego, I can exhaust to give myself a tough status card. I'm going to toss, or actually I'm going to go ahead and thwart for 3 here. Take this down to 1. And alrighty. I'm going to toss Thor. I'm going to hold Mansion. Got 2 Gun Kid and counter card. Yeah, he blitzes through this deck. Iron Lad has been interesting. Combo him with allies that punish for activation. Blade, Wonder Man. Yeah. Yeah. He's fun. Do you have any recommendations to not sound like you're breathing into the mic during recording streams? Um, trying to think of it's a conscious effort that is really annoying to figure out. To be straight up honest, I think at this point I have 5 years of learning how to not do it or how to do it. It's tough. It's really really tough. I will say that, um, yeah, it's gotten a lot easier now that I'm in better shape. But yeah, it's tough. It's really really tough. Um, I guess like if you can find a way that you can measure the like your breath like that, like that sound, you can put in a or a high pass filter or a low pass filter. I always get them confused. The one that you can cut out the frequency of your breath. So that could be a way to do it. I don't love doing it that way because the end of my sentences start to get cut out. I don't love that. Two Gun, Avengers, Med Team, Genius, Finesse. Nice. We got one here. We're going to mill 3. Quinn, Spider, Captain Marvel. Lost Captain Marvel twice now. Boo. Go to Dense Form. Vision's going to attack us for effectively 4 plus a boost. I'm going to take it. Reveal this card. He gains Retaliate 1 and +1 attack. It's going to knock my tough. Emir is going to attack. I'm going to block with Victor. Take 1 damage. Then we got 2 encounter cards. Under Fire, we got 3 encounter cards. Evil Alliance. So we'll place 3. We'll go get the Viper. Now I regret getting rid of... what's its face? Thor. Viper, while the Viper is engaged with you, her hand size is reduced by 1. I hate it. Okay. Yeah, also like there is a decent there's a decent bit of projection. Right now I am talking louder than what I would normally be talking in a normal conversation. Yeah. Trying to lose weight in 28, 26, you inspired? Sick. The discard 3 is awful, right? Blood Debt. You gain the Hunted trait. Alter ego action. Discard the top 8 cards of your deck to discard this card. And Phase Disruption. Enemy team exhaust and upgrade you control. The worst upgrade, well, the only upgrade is that one. So that one. If Intangible is in play, discard that upgrade. If Dense is in play, flip it. Alright. Thanks. I hate it. Cool. Gross. These get reset. Oh, Finesse is exhausted. Bummer. Literally just did that, Nelson. Come on. Let's go Genius and a Med Team to play a 2-gun kid. That's not the right thing. It's going to be my aggression card here. I'm going to have Spider-Woman go ahead and thwart off Ruler of Atlantis. That clears. 2-gun kid is going to attack for 3 and 3. To clear Amir. I'm going to War Room. Do we just accept the loss of the main? Could be kind of cool. No. We will accept the loss, but we'll let Vision scheme on it. We'll remove one threat there from War Room. I'm going to flip down. I'm going to check the top card. It is a Lightning. Deal 1 damage to each character. I'm going to Med Team. Heal 2 from Thor. Then I'm going to attack the Viper. Discarding Containment Immunity. Deal 1 damage to every character. Vision gets reduced by 1. Then the Viper's gone. Hidden Base was a response when I flipped Alter Ego, so I'm going to do that. Actually, no, I guess I would have, and then that tough would have got knocked off. I would have done that, so I guess I have to. I'm just going to discard 8 cards to get rid of Blood Debt. Bring it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not horrible. Not horrible. Two Gun Kid comes in perfect for this turn. Yeah. Namor would be really cool. Sidearm him to make him 3 Gun Kid. No, that's fair. That's fair. I just get so nervous about losing the main and then having him scheme on it. I'm going to toss Finesse. I think I'd rather just get the Mansion into play. Let's stand up. Oh, Hulk needs 2 more damage. We got Mansion. Strength, beautiful. Venom Blast. Drew's Apartment, nice. Bring It. Inconceivable. Okay. We'll go 1 threat here. We'll discard a Brother Voodoo, Wasp, and a Containment Immunity. We will flip this, and Vision's going to scheme for 1. Reveal this card. He has Stalwart now, so that has to go. But enough to pop. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, each player discards the top card of the encounter deck. A player who discards a minion this way puts it into play engaged with them. Gross. We got 2 encounter cards. Nowhere is safe. Place pursuit counter. Then discard an upgrade or support that we control. Be War Room. Yeah. Then we've got Hail Hydra. Each Hydra minion engaged with the hero attacks that hero. Each player who's not attacked this way searches the encounter deck and discard power Hydra minion, puts it into play, engaged with them, shuffle the encounter deck. Let's go find one of those regulars. I did use my Hidden Base, but then Hulk pinged the tough right off of me. That's very true. That's a great call, Bardic. The Civil War is a great follow-up to the course that just speak from the sheer amount of mod sets. Yeah. No, you're good. I did it retroactively. Yeah. Definitely not me. Where do we want to look? Okay. Let's do this. Let's go Venom Blast to play Jessica Drew's Apartment. We will Exhaust to search the top 5 cards of my deck for an aspect card and add it to our hand. Render Medical Aid. Ooh, that could be nice. Self-Propelled, Iron Lad, Patriot, and Mansion. I'm going to go with Render Medical Aid, mainly because I don't think I can play Patriot this round. And I want to play Patriot, especially with me potentially grabbing minions every single turn. Okay. I'm going to look at the top card here. It is Pheromones. That's exciting. He has Stalwart. Boo. It's a punch and a mental to get rid of it. Gross. Oh my goodness, I hate it. I hate it so much. All right, let's flip up to hero form. Let's bring it to draw Pheromones. That's a red card. I think we have another Pheromones coming. Yeah, we have not seen both of our Pheromones this deck pass. We got Strength, Render, and Pheromones. Actually, hold up. Wait a minute. Grumble. How do I do this? I want to play Inconspicuous. I don't think I can do all of it. So, Strength, Pheromones, Render Medical Aid to play a Mansion. Mansion will draw me into an Inconspicuous. There you go. That could have worked. Finesse will play an Inconspicuous to remove 3 threat from the Viper's Ambition. We've got 2 tickets to Paradise. That was a yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and just knock out the regular there. I'm going to toss Inconspicuous. I don't need that. Med Team will go ahead and heal 2-Gun Kid for 2. Then, no, I'll deck out this turn. Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's stand up. Got so many encounter cards. Got Pheromones, Self-Propelled, Iron Lad, Patriots, and Avengers Tower. So the Pheromones is the punch that we need there, which is sad. But we will have a Mansion. Hopefully we can grab something. Another punch. Or a Quinn Carrier. That'd be nice. It's 6:30 a.m. Christmas Eve here on Australia. So Merry Christmas. Ah, that's so crazy. So crazy. It's so soon. Alrighty. We don't have to discard cards. Yay. Alrighty. So Vision is going to switch to Intangible. And he is going to attack us for 3 plus a boost. I'm going to block with Hulk. +1. Hulk gets to go away. 2 encounter cards. The first one being Atlanteans. Discard Winfield, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. If you are in hero form, take 1 indirect damage for each different card type discarded this way. So we got a event, support, event. Alrighty. I'll just take it. And then we got Dark Designs. He's gonna scheme. I never put threat here. Hilarious. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go up to 5 out of 9. Let's do it. Mansion, give me a punch. It is not. Sad. Okay. Okay. These reset. Let me figure out what my life looks like. I think I want to go. Well, I might as well just get rid of it, right? Yeah. Alrighty. So I'm going to go Iron Lad and Patriot to play an Avengers Tower right next to our mansion. If each of our allies has the Avenger trait, increase our ally limit. And then we can exhaust Avengers Tower to reduce the next cost of the Avenger play by 1. I'm going to Finesse, play Wasp with a full Pim counter, aka blocker. It's going to be a red. I'm going to swing in for 2, which is effectively 1 here because of intangible. I get a retaliate. And I'm going to spend a punch and a mental to flip the mass form and get rid of this card. Yeah, Sunfire would have been really good, but it would have broken our tribal. I totally skipped step 1 of the villain phase. As in putting threat on, but I think I fixed it. Oh, I didn't do that. We'll just say that that's now... I don't know what to do here. Two Gun Kid will have taken a Lantean Guard out. There you go. Nice. Okay. Before I attacked it. Okay. Stand up. Thank you for reminding me. And we've got... Nope, that stays. Genius. Containment Immunity. Finesse. Marvel, let's go. War Room, 2, 4, 5. We'll go 6 here. Flip here. Discard here. It's another Atlantean Guard. Gross. And actually... No. Okay, yeah. Vision is going to attack us for 3 plus a boost. I'm going to block with Wasp. 4 total. It's going to knock her out. And then we are going to block the guard with Mancha and take 1 damage. And counter card is Density Control Surge attached to Vision. When Vision activates, if it's a scheme, flip him. If it's an attack, flip, then a Vision mass form attached, flip, discard this card. Okay. Then we've got attached to Vision. He has so many upgrades. Ugh. When a character attacks Vision while the Dense attachment is in play, prevent all the damage from the attack, stun the attacking character, discard this card. I don't like that. Okay. Well, that's fun. Let's go Mansion to draw us into a Come Get Me Bub. Let's play Come Get Me Bub. Discard until we get Janice. It is not revealed. It is only put into play. Heal 3, get a tough. We'll have 2 Gun Kid. Go ahead and take both of these guys out. Did I want to play a War Room before that? It's a great question, Nelson. I'm glad you asked. Yes. I will have Finesse to play a War Room. War Room will remove a threat here. That is both a green and a red card. I will use Avengers Tower, Genius, and Containment Immunity to play Captain Marvel. And I will thwart for 3 off of the main, taking it down to 2. I'm going to hold on to my Finesse. And I'm going to stand up. Okay. Okay. 2 Gun Kid is so good. 2 Gun Kid is really, really good. We got a Finesse, which we're holding on to. Venom Blast. Spider-Girl. Thor. Bring It. And that's it. We go up to 3 here on the main. We flip Dense. We discard, not a minion. Vision is going to attack us for 4 plus a boost. We'll take it. +2. Knocks our tough. Then our encounter card is Imperious Rex. Namor is in play. He activates against you. Otherwise, the enemy leader activates against us. Oh, gross. When Vision activates, if this activation is an attack, it's already indents. Okay, cool. We'll block with Victor. It's going to be 4 +3. That's enough to uber kill Victor. And it is our turn. Mansion will draw us into a energy. That makes that kind of exciting, doesn't it? Energy will drop a second copy of Finesse. These reset. Captain Marvel will go ahead and thwart for 2 here. And then we'll draw a card into a Come Get Me Bub. That's kind of exciting. I'm going to play Come Get Me Bub. Discard cards until we get Namor. Stalwart Toughness Villainous. He is not revealed. I heal 3 and get a tough status card. That's a green card. I'm going to play Bring It to draw a card into a Render Medical Aid. That's a red card. He is Stalwart, so that's great. That's what you want. Let's go Tower and Finesse to play Spider-Girl. Cannot stun or confuse. But we'll go ahead and knock the tough here. She'll take a damage. I will Med Team to heal 2 Gun Kid. That's done. Move my Mansion to this slot. Lightning. Well, that's interesting. No, I can't. I have to take Namor out. I can't just leave Namor around. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and attack here for 3. 2 Gun Kid will attack, take out Namor, and then also deal 3 damage here. So we're going to go down to 14. And then 2 Gun Kid takes 2 damage from the Retaliate. We'll War Room to clear here. After you make a basic attack against Vision, prevent all damage from the attack, stun the attacking character, and discard this card. So instead, he's actually stunned, and we give him 3 damage back. There's a lot of upkeep. He can Voltron pretty easily in a blue-red Spider-Woman deck, up to 5 damage to minions with... Oh, jeez. Yes, that's sick. That's really, really fun. Where are we at? I think I want to... Have we seen both my med teams? We have. Just thinking from a Captain Marvel standpoint. I don't want to attack Vision because then I'll lose my tough to retaliate. I'll just drop Thor. Thor comes in with toughness, and we'll stand up. Okay. We got Strength, Quinn Carrier, Self-Propel Glide, Brother Voodoo, and a Containment Immunity. We'll go 1 here, flip to Intangible, discard Solar Beam, glad that's gone. Yikes. Then he's going to attack. He makes an attack. We're going to flip to Dense, discard this card. I'm going to block with Two Gun Kid. So it's going to be a total of 4, 5, 6, which is enough to knock Two Gun Kid out. And our encounter card is Hydra Regular, Insight 1. And an acceleration token. Not bad. Time to find a probably I would go Claw. Now you're going like it's not the same timeline, but I feel like Claw with Namor is a decent Shuri T'Challa matchup. Because if I'm remembering correctly, Shuri's main antagonist in her movie is Namor, and well, it's in the original Black Panther. Who's the main antagonist? Is it Claw or is it Killmonger? Probably Claw, right? That's interesting. Okay. There we go. Brother Voodoo. Alrighty. Reset this. Both. That's fair. Killmonger's a joke compared to Claw in comics? Really? That's fun. I always like hearing like the backstory. I've got a strength and a containment immunity to actually hold up. Before I do that, let's go ahead and Mansion to draw into a Inconceivable. Captain Marvel, we'll go ahead and take out the regular. Draw into a Bring It. Well, that's unfortunate timing. Nice. Strengthen a Bring It. We'll play Brother Voodoo. Search the top 5 cards of our deck for an event card. I'll take we need a Lightning and a Mental. Take the Self-Propel Glide. Just played a green card. We got War Room. We'll remove 1 from the Captain Marvel attack. I'm going to have used Avengers Tower for Brother Voodoo. I don't know what I was thinking there. Got a Containment, Inconceivable, and a Self-Propelled Glide to play a Quinn Carrier. I will attack into Vision for 2. Take him down to 15. Then I will spend... I don't know why I didn't use Finesses for Brother Voodoo. Here we are. A Quinn Carrier and a Self-Propelled Glide to get rid of Vision's cape. Good stuff. Okay. We'll go ahead and attack for 2 here. Take him down to 13. I'll attack for 4 to take him down to 9. And I'm going to hold on to Bring It. Stand up. Killmonger is the main villain. Fair. I feel bad that they get rid of Claw in the movies. He's like an OP for a C-level villain, but when Black Panther movie came out, they released Killmonger comic and drawn real well and super. Oh, cool. Claw is kind of like Captain Atom, where his suit contains pure energy. That's sick. What is a Battle World? I don't know if I am familiar with Battle World. Draw a Venom Blast and we'll reset the deck. I need a med team or render medical aid. I need to heal Captain Marvel. For comics, for y'all, do you prefer the art or the story? Or does it have to have both? Self-propelled. Pheromones. Let's go. 2, 4, 5. Patriot. Nice. Let's go up to 3. We'll flip here. We'll discard not a minion. Vision is going to attack us. We'll block with Spider-Girl. For 2, 4. There goes Spider-Girl. 2 encounter cards. The first one being Horn of Proteus. Attached to name or otherwise attached to the enemy leader. When the attacked character schemes, give it a tough status card. And we can spend a punch and a mental to get rid of it. Then we've got the Solar Gem. He gains Stalwart again. No. Do you make a basic attack against Vision? Spend a punch and a mental to discard this card. Alright, well that's got to go. Let's go Mansion to draw into a second copy of Pheromones, because of course we did. We're just drawing these at the exact same time. Prefer shows and movies over comics. Stationary media is not my thing. Totally fair, yeah. I don't really read comics. Though they are pretty. They're very, very pretty. So mental and a punch. Let's go ahead and... What are we doing? Let's go Tower, Finesse to play Patriot, which is going to give me there. It's going to be Quinn Carrier and Self-Propelled to get rid of Solar Gem. Then we'll play Pheromones. Okay, let's go ahead and attack in. Quinn Carrier Self-Propelled will deal 1 damage. Solar Gem gets discarded, losing him his Stalwart. Venom Blast and a bring... Yeah. I don't think we're actually going to play Pheromones twice. I think we have 2 turns where we're going to status lock him out. When he flips, he becomes a steady character, and I don't think we're going to play Pheromones at that point. So I think we hold on to Bring It, and then we Pheromones and Spider Bite to play Pheromones, which will stun and confuse. Okay. Go up to 5. He's going to scheme for 2 plus a boost. The boost is 2. We lose the game if we do not thwart right here. So let's Brother Voodoo and thwart this down to 1. That's going to knock Brother Voodoo out. But that gives us some security against the advance. Do I want to flip down? I don't see why not. Let's flip down, hidden base. Give me a tough status card. Jessica's apartment. Inconceivable, inconceivable. Victor. Containment. And a render. I'm going to take render medical aid. And we're going to toss render medical aid onto the table. That worked out fairly well, I would say. Nothing else to do. What's up going? I'm obsessed with DC Comics so much that I've collected nearly every trade paperback since the new 52 reboot. Nice. That's cool. I only get in continuity stuff and only in paperback. I'm a story and art guy. It really depends on who's writing and drawing. That's fun. With Marvel, I'm limited to Hulk, Moon Knight, and Iron Fist. Owning everything since Marvel. Nice. Do you prefer DC's world or just the comics? All right. Let's stand up. We got to bring it. Strength. Med team. There's the med team. Another bring it. Self-propelled. And energy. Wow. Yikes. Thanks. I hate it. Let's go up to 3. Vision is confused. Our encounter card is Hail Hydra. Let's go find another Hydra. Actually, let's just grab this regular. Cool. And then after you engage a minion, give Patriot a tough status card. Nice. Sweet. It is our turn. We are going to Mansion to draw a card, which is a Come Get Me Bub. I don't think I can actually play it. That's so funny. Also, I forgot to flip that. That is now dense. Okay. Let's go Jessica Drews to search the top 5 for Iron Lad, Hulk, Containment Immunity, Come Get Me Bub, and a Med Team. Grab Hulk. Oh, finesses are hero resources. Gross. That's fine. Okay. Then we will... What's our encounter card going to be? Okay. No, that's going to just be dealt to us, actually. Interesting. Okay. Let's go ahead and flip up to Spider-Woman. I'm going to go ahead and finesse with a strength to play a med team. Just going to come in with 3 counters. I'm going to immediately use one of them to heal Captain Marvel. Okay. That's there. I'm going to bring it to draw a card, which is a red card. Captain Marvel is going to go ahead and punch here for 3. Captain Marvel will punch here for 3. She will take a damage and we get to draw a card. Oh my gosh, another Come Get Me Bub. I don't have any health. Or I don't have any health to heal. Like, gross. To use a Tower and a Come Get Me Bub to play Hulk. Let's use a Thor. To attack the regular. I am going to War Room to take this down to 2. We're going to attack for 3, which will take this down to 2. And this is a nothing burger hand right here. Do we want to push him? I think I'm fine pushing him, actually. Because we'll not get the benefit of that stun, but we have a Patriot with a tough status card. Right? Like, I'm not... Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and attack and push Vision to stage 3. Deal each player an encounter card. Okay, well... Oops. Oh, well. I'll block with somebody else. Vision cannot take damage this phase. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, flip his mass form, and he comes in with 22 health. was kind of I thought I was gonna get this character to get myself a tough status card, but here we are. That's fine. I'm gonna hold on to Bring It. I'm gonna hold on to Energy. I'm gonna hold on to. Actually, let's just Quinn Carrier to play Self-Propelled Glide. Then I will clear Render Medical Aid to heal. I guess I won't. I don't even have 5 damage to heal. This is what winning feels like. I'll clear there, I guess. We'll toss these cards. I guess I have a tough. I think I have this game under a much better control than I think I do. Let's stand up. We got 22 damage to chew through. Probably not going to be too hard. Bring It, Energy. Victor. Wasp. Ooh, that's exciting. It's 4 and an Inconceivable. Go 2. Flip into Intangible, which slows us down. Ruler of Atlantis is not a minion. Oh, maybe discard his attachment? Yeah. That'd be really smart. I will have done that. I had the resources. I used the Quinn Carrier for something. I would have just used a card to pay for it and then just get rid of that. Thank you. Yeah, good call. Battle World was mad. Makes the hero versus hero of Civil War looks like handbags at 10. Lots of heroes and villains get involved, including Avengers, X-Men, Defense. That's sick. That's cool. Dude, I will watch the heck out of some of those YouTube channels that just go into super detail about some of the events. They're fun. Alrighty. Let's go to threat here. Wait, no, we just did that. Flipped Intangible. We discarded the card. He's attacking. We'll take it on the chin. It's going to be 2, 3. Another boost card. 4. That'll knock my tough. We get 2 encounter cards. The first one. Did not see that. If you have the Hunted trait, he activates against you. Otherwise, discard the top 2 cards of our deck. Just Med Team and Genius. Patriot gets a tough status card. And then we've got Phase Disruption. The enemy team exhausts an upgrade you control. If the intangible attachment in play, discard it instead. This is the only upgrade that I have. It's Grim Rule, but that is everything else is a support. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alrighty. Let's lock and load. Mansion will draw us a card. Self-Propel Glide. Beautiful. Let's play Bring It to draw a card. 2-Gun Kid. We get that there. Let's go Tower and actually. Stupid Intangible. Let's have Thor attack Vision for 3. Because he reduces it by 1. So we'll go down to 19. Thor. Then we'll use Tower and Finesse to play Victor, which is a green card. We've got Captain Marvel attacking for 2 total. When I'm saying this, I'm taking into account this, which will draw me into a containment immunity. We've got a Quinn Carrier to play a Inconspicuous. To remove 2 and 1 here. And that's a yellow. Okay, perfect. We will go ahead and swing in. We have a total attack of 4, so we'll hit him for 3. So we'll go down to 14. Two Gun Kid will self-propel glide. We'll stand up and we'll attack for 4 again, which will go down to 11, which is a total of 3. A 2, 5. So we can't take them out this round, which is probably fine. Let's have Patriot go ahead and take out Jandis. War Room will remove a threat here. Med Team will heal Captain Marvel for 2. Hulk will attack Vision with the lightning, so we deal 1 damage to everybody. So Vision does not take the damage. I take a damage. Here he takes a damage. Hulk takes 2 damage. We got 1 damage to Patriot and 1 damage to Victor. And we do 2 total damage. Takes us down to 9. Got containment and energy to play Wasp on top of Victor with 3 counters. And we'll attack here to take us down to 6. 3, 1, exhaust. All right. So we should be decent next round to finish the job. Stand everybody up. We do deck out. We got a Venom Blast and an Iron Lad. I want a mechanic that lets allies use boost icons to help their stats. Then they take access to consequential damage. Ooh, that'd be cool. A battle expansion could alter PvP. That would be interesting. Spider-Woman is so much fun. Yeah, Spider-Woman's a blast. A Venom Blast, some would say. Hey, hey! That was dumb. Venom, Iron Lad, Energy, Bring It, Med Team. Got 2 thread here. We'll flip this to Dense. Discard the top, which is not a minion. Vision's going to attack for 3 plus a boost. I'll take it. 4. Takes me down to 6. Got 2 encounter cards. First one being the Viper's Ambition. Comes in with 3 threat. And just passing through, the player defeats this scheme, confuses their identity. And we are going to use Hulk. Discard. It's a lightning. Deals 1 damage to everything. So it's going to be 4, 5. We have 1 damage left. Is there any cool way I can do this? Not really. Captain Marvel. We'll take Vision out. That's the Christmas deck right there. That, yeah, I mean, like, I don't think that I really ever had a time where I was like, oh, this is tight. I'm nervous about this. I think pretty much the entire game we were in control. There was the turn we had Shadows, which was a little scary, but Two Gun Kid just cleaned that up. Two Gun Kid with Boot Camp is pretty silly. There's a lot of synergy there. Cool. I enjoyed that. That was fun. Good suggestion. Nice. I will be back tomorrow for a Christmas Eve stream. It's going to be the Final Girl Christmas box. So that's what we're going to be doing. It's going to be at 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. So we did this last year. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's a fun box. So yeah, come by if you're around. It's gonna be a pretty chill stream to play some Final Girl and enjoy just the holiday spirit. So that's what we're looking forward to tomorrow. I'm gonna try and get my partner's family into this game. The problem is that her mother has major decision paralysis. That can be hard. I find events can really help with somebody who struggles with that. If you just give them a lot of events, and then the way that I have played with players with decision paralysis is to say like, because if you build a deck for them, which I typically do when I'm introducing a new player, you kind of know what that deck is good at. And so you can kind of lead with that. It's like, hey, you're going to be in charge of removing all the threat. And then at maybe like the start of the player phase, I like to just kind of highlight, it's like, okay, these are our main issues here. And you can't see it. I'm pointing to the player side, or the side schemes. These are our main issues. Focus on that and kind of narrow that scope for the player. I find that helps a lot. Good games. Thank you. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate y'all. We'll be back tomorrow to do the Final Girl. And yeah, if you're not able to make it tomorrow, I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season. Have a good rest of the year. That week after Christmas into New Year's, I won't be around streaming. Because I have a lot of people coming over and hanging out, and so it's always a good time. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, guess we will see you tomorrow. Which Final Girl? I'm going to try and remember what I did last year and play the other one in that box. I don't actually remember what they all were. What did I think of Vision with the Atlanteans? I liked them. I thought they were fun. I feel like I didn't get to interact with the Atlanteans as much as I kind of wanted to. But yeah, no, I like the mill. The mill was fun. Awesome. Thank you all. See you around. See you tomorrow. Peace.